Hey there, the Bit Inspiration Hub here. Today I'm going to be taking you through 2 projects with a node sale that is currently scheduled for this month. The idea here is to introduce these projects to you early so that you have ample time to read about them and to decide if you want to participate in the node sale. I would also have some whitelist access for my community who would be interested in participating in these node sales. Now the first project I'm going to talk about is called the XProtocol. So what is XProtocol? So XProtocol is building a layer 3 blockchain that is tailored to target specifically the gaming sector or the entertainment industry. Now although the gaming industry has seen quite a boom in recent years, especially with the involvement of Web3 technology, there still aren't that much blockchains out there that are tailored specifically for the gaming industry. Now many gaming projects that shoot up typically die out quite rapidly because of issues like high latency, high fees and scalability problems. Now XProtocol tries to address these challenges with their blockchain that is called the Superchain, which is specifically designed for mass adoption in the gaming and entertainment sector. Now the Superchain is a layer 3 blockchain, which basically means it's built on top of Base, and Base is also built on Ethereum mainnet. Now this layer 3 structure allows the Superchain to be able to process up to 1,000 transactions per second, which is quite a significant improvement compared to the other blockchains that are out there. Now additionally, the gas fees that are going to be on this chain are going to be super low, so they're talking about a millionth of a cent from one of their docs. Now one of the key technologies that makes this possible is what is called the optimistic rollups. So what are rollups? Rollups in blockchain technology basically makes transactions faster and cheaper by grouping many transactions together and processing them in a single batch on the main blockchain. Now this typically significantly reduces congestion and cost because instead of processing each transaction individually, they are bundled and submitted all at once with proof of their validity. You can think of it like sending a number of letters in one big envelope rather than mailing each letter separately. Now this project has also some solid backers. So they recently announced a $5 million seed fundraising from CoinFund, Dragonfly, and some investors out there. Now also talking about partnerships, they've also had some partnerships with some of the big giants in the Web3 space like Aether, Nodops, Wonderverse and stuff like that. So now that's it about the project's introduction. Now let's talk about most likely what you are waiting for, which is about the node sale. So the nodes that they are going to be selling is what is called the Zardia nodes. So what are these nodes basically going to do? The function of these nodes would be basically to maintain the integrity and security of the XProtocol network. Now users who will be operating these nodes are going to receive rewards in the form of their native token, which is called the Kick token, and will also receive a share of the sequencer fees. Now users who will be running and operating or owning these nodes would also get future opportunities to earn Kick tokens, which will be in the form of airdrops. So currently the public node sale is scheduled for early September with a whitelist access scheduled for late this month. They would also have a token generation event which is scheduled for October 2024. Now this is pretty good because it means that when we buy the node, we do not have to wait forever before we can basically start putting the nodes to use. So they're going to have a total of 175,000 nodes that they're going to be selling, with a public sale starting in September 2024 and a whitelist sale which is going to start somewhere late this month. Now the nodes are going to be sold like we know in most of these node sale projects in tiers. So the first tier is going to begin at 0.05 ETH, which is a pretty good entry price for a node. So currently, as per their calculation, it's going to cost $172, but I think they use also a higher Ethereum price than what it is currently. So they use $3,400 for 1 ETH, and currently the Ethereum price has tanked pretty low. So when I did the calculation, it's going to cost about $115 per node, which is a pretty good entry price if you want to get one of these nodes. So like I said, the first tier is going to begin at 0.05 ETH, and this is going to basically roll down all the way to tier 35, where the node is going to cost about 0.54. So if you buy the node, there is a probability that you can relist your NFT or transfer your node after 1 year of purchase. So the node sale is going to take place on the Base network, and the currency is going to be on Ethereum. So if you do have your Ethereum maybe on the mainnet or on Arbitrum, you would have to bridge your funds from whatever blockchain that you have onto the Base network. Now in terms of the node rewards, there would be some vesting applied. So you would be able to access 100% of your node rewards if you do this in 3 months. If you do this in 2 months, you would be able to only access 50% of the rewards. And for instance, if you want to do an instant redemption of all your rewards, you're only going to get 25% of the rewards. So I think the public node sale is going to be quite competitive, especially looking at what the entry price would be. And that is why I'm also trying to secure some whitelist access for you guys if you would be interested in purchasing one of these nodes. So the second project that I'm going to be introducing you to is what is called the Huddle01. Now Huddle01 is basically building a decentralized real-time communication network. So most of the popular applications and platforms out there that we use for our online meetings, for instance Zoom, Google Meet and stuff like that, typically suffer from high latency and some sometimes connectivity issues. Now this is mostly the case because most of the traffic that are generated by these platforms are channeled through central servers. So this could either be a single server located somewhere or a very limited number of servers. Now when this happens and there are a lot of people that are trying to connect to the network simultaneously, this leads to a very high network overload that leads to often to connectivity and high latency issues. And what also happens sometimes is that because the number of servers here are limited, these servers are normally prone to attacks by hackers out there. Additionally, what is even worse is that we've also read about this often, that sometimes the data from users who are using these platforms are basically gathered and sold out to advertisement institutions out there, which basically invades on our privacy. Now Huddle01 is using a very revolutionary approach, which we all know in the depend space, where they are going to allow users to basically operate what is called media nodes. So the media nodes are basically going to be server points through which traffic is going to be channeled through. Now that means that the higher the number of nodes that are out there distributed in several regions all over the world, the more stable the network would be, and also the more reliable the network is going to be eventually. Now these guys have dedicated 21% of their total token supply to users who will be operating these nodes, which is a pretty fair deal, I think. Now they've also had some partnerships with a lot of giants out there. So they have partnerships with ATA, they have partnerships with iPhone, they also have partnerships with NodeOps. So for instance, NodeOps is going to be responsible or playing a very critical role in the infrastructure and deployment of the media nodes, and ATA, for instance, is also going to use the DRTC network that they have built for their gaming cloud. And on the other hand side, the Huddle team would also utilize ATA's powerhouse of GPU resources. Now there's not that much information as to the node sale, especially how much these nodes are going to cost and when the node sale is going to kickstart. But what I've heard is that it's going to be somewhere in August or very early in September. I have started making a video exclusively for the Huddle01 project, but this video is not complete yet because I still have a lot of missing information. For instance, how much the nodes is going to be, which chain is the nodes going to be on, and stuff like that. So once I have all this information, I'm going to come up to you with a very dedicated video where we'll dive deeper into the Huddle01 network and the upcoming node sale, including how you can get a wireless access. So that's it for this video. I wanted to introduce some of the promising projects that are out there that would have their node sale in August. If you like the concept, please hit the thumbs up button. I'm going to try to do this every month to really give you an overview of some of the projects that are going to be coming out there that would also have their node sale. And if you want to see more content like this, please remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more like this. Thanks for watching this video and see you in the next one. Bye.